Hiya friends, it's me, your old pal Rich from the internet. Hope you're all doing really well. You might have noticed I've not really been streaming very much for the last few weeks, mostly due to work commitments and family commitments, wife and children. I know, it's time consuming. What I have been doing is playing a little bit of Beautiful South offline, and I thought rather than do a big rambling intro next time I go live, why not have a little catch up on what's been going on in the save offline? Should we have a look together? Let's do that. Roll the intro.
Let's play the game, but I want to be very clear about something. This literally means nothing to me.
Rich Owens is a hairy fraud. Rich Owens is a hairy fraud. Rich, hairy fraud. Rich Owens is a hairy fraud.
In case you're new around here, a reminder of what it is I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to win a top league title and a European trophy with clubs from cities listed in the chorus to Rotterdam by the Beautiful South. That sounds tenuous, and it is. So far, I've completed the challenge with Feyenoord, who are from Rotterdam, one of the countries listed in the chorus to Rotterdam by the Beautiful South. Since then, I've taken over at Everton and I am in Season 9 of my save. I've completed one of the tasks already. Somehow, I've won a Premier League. However, it's the European trophies that evade me. So the main purpose of Season 9 is to do what we haven't managed to do before and win that coveted Champions League with Everton. I think the first thing to do is probably have a little catch up on what I've been up to in the transfer market. Here we go. After 3 distinctly average seasons at Everton, and one even more average loan at Napoli, Eli Junior Karupi, the steak-bake's favourite son, has completed his £83 million move to Italy. Fine. I signed him 4 years ago for £14 million. We then sold him for 83. Financial gain. We don't mind it. We need the money on account of the crippling debt. Bye, Eli. Have fun. Everybody's favourite utility defender, Jeremy Jacquet, or Jean-Claude Jacquetti, with his jacket off, has secured the bag and a move to Al Hilal. He'll be missed. Kind of. 4th choice centre-back. Again, profit has been made. We signed him for £10 million. We sold him for 23. I don't mind it. It's okay. Have a really, really nice time earning millions and millions of pounds every month, Jeremy. You kind of deserve it. An average backup goalkeeper with a very funny name, Dennis Seaman, has followed Jean-Claude Jacquetti to Saudi Arabia. An £11.75 million move secures me yet more profit. Are you sensing a reoccurring theme here? I'm sensing a reoccurring theme. The backup right-back's backup right-back, Jesus Fortea, has returned to his native Spain after 4 years at Merseyside. Fine. A £9 million move didn't really hurt me. He came in on a free. He earned very little in terms of wages, and he's now getting first-team football in his home country. Thanks for everything, Jesus. Those 6 Premier League assists in 4 years really came in handy? I don't know. Now here's one I didn't necessarily see coming. Mark Guiu, or to use his full name, Mark Guiu, has followed in the footsteps of Eli Junior Karupi. He's on loan at Juventus with a mandatory £50 million future fee clause. I'll be honest with you, I was kind of sad to see him go. He came in on a free after my first half season at the club, and he consistently scored goals for me. He was the Premier League Golden Boot winner last season, but he never really set the world on fire for me in terms of performances. A free transfer, leaving 4 years later for a mandatory £50 million, seems like a sensible financial decision to me. And it may have opened the doors for some other players later down the line. Spoiler alert, it has. Leonard Carl's gone on loan to Nuremberg. There's an optional £31.5 million future fee involved there for a man that joined us, didn't really get any game time, and has gone out on loan for a potential profit in the future. I'm a financial genius, I think. I'm pretty sure I'm a financial genius. And finally, with apologies to D-Boy Plays, Ryan Flamingo has left the club. He's gone to Brentford for £45 million. With a year left on his deal, the wrong side of 30, it is what it is. Brentford, over the last 2 seasons in the safe, by the way, have had some of the best transfer windows I think I've ever seen. Seriously, look at it. Ryan Flamingo, Victor Roque, Rodrigo Mora, Tchouaméni on loan from Liverpool with a very, very low optional future fee. Whoever's in charge of the transfers at Brentford over the last couple of seasons deserves some kind of award. That is ridiculous business. Well, we've covered the outgoings, so let's look at some of the new faces that we've brought into the club. And what better place to start than one of the most exciting players in world football, Gilly Silla, on a free transfer from Barcelona. He is our third choice left back. He cost me nothing. £40,000 a week in the Premier League is an absolute steal for arguably somebody that isn't going to kick many footballs for us this season. Is he going to follow in the same footsteps as players before him who've come in on a free, not done very much, and then left? Hopefully. Let me introduce you to all 6'3" of Samson Badou, our new starting centre-back alongside Mohamed Diomande. If there's one thing I like, it's big lads attacking the near post from corners, and we have now got 2 of them. He joins us on a free from Atalanta, and I am very, very excited about what the 2 massive lads at the back are going to be capable of this season. He's good, isn't he? He's really good. He cost me nothing. Literally no pounds. Tactical and transfer market genius all rolled into one. I think so. Now, here's where I started spending some money, and I feel like I need to justify this one. Meet Andre Goubeau. He is a 20-year-old French attacking midfielder signed for his minimum release £40 million at the end of the transfer window from Montpellier. Andre Goubeau is the 4th attacking midfielder I have in my first team squad. That's probably too many attacking midfielders. For context, I accepted a £45 million bid for Tyler Dibbling on transfer deadline day from Barcelona. Tyler Dibbling turned down Barca and asked for a new contract with me. I agreed it. It's exactly the same wage as he was on previously, and he's really, really helpful for European registration on account of being homegrown at the country. I was pressured into signing both players by D and Stakey. So if you've got any problem with my attacking midfielder transfer policy, take it up with them. I might be. Matty Young enters his third season at the club. In his first season, he somehow managed to guide us to a Premier League win, keeping a ridiculous amount of clean sheets. Last season, Matty Young arguably cost us a place in the Champions League final, turning into a biscuit-wristed fraud against Chelsea in the second leg of the semi-finals. He developed a bit of an attitude after that game, demanding a new contract. I didn't really want to give him one, so I decided I needed a new starting goalkeeper. At this point, we're going to cut to footage of my scouts searching for a wonder kid from somewhere in the world. Are we ready? Here we go. Play the videotape. Does anybody else remember Felipe Pinto? Does anybody else remember me trying to sign him 2 seasons ago from his native Chile and being beaten to the punch by Paris Saint-Germain? I remember that. I remember that very well. In that time, he has amassed, at 21 years old, 29 caps for the Chilean first team. That's pretty ridiculous. He is going to be the best goalkeeper in the world over the next couple of seasons. Hopefully, he can recapture some of the form Matty Young had for us in his first season at the club. He did, frustratingly, cost me £50 million, which I'm paying, begrudgingly, on the never never. Now, you may remember last season, when Eli Giulia Carupi left on loan for Napoli, I preemptively spent his transfer budget, or the vast majority, on Deshaun Jacinth from Lille. 6'4", 24 years old. He's pretty good at football. Those are some lovely, lovely attributes. In his first season, he didn't exactly set the world on fire. 12 goals in 31 Premier League starts aren't the numbers you would hope for from a £69 million striker. That's a funny number. I figured with Mark Guiuiu leaving and a guaranteed £50 million entering the transfer kitty at some point in the next year, we needed to invest wisely. We needed to spend the money on a proven goal scorer. We needed to spend the money on a Ballon d'Or winner. I wonder who it could be. It's taken 5.5 years after leaving my beloved Feyenoord, but finally I am reunited with Ballon d'Or winner Frank Yolino. Here he is. He's beautiful. Look at him. He's just turned 29, which isn't ideal in the grand scheme of things, but he is rated as one of the best strikers in the world, according to Football Manager 26, in the year of our Lord 2033. 3 goals in 10 Premier League starts don't scream world class, but he's bedding into a new team in a new country. We have to give him a bit of time, don't we? We've got to give him a chance. He's Frank Yolino. He's the man that I'm hoping can lead us once again to European glory. He has cost me a princely £60 million, but look at that consistency for Feyenoord over the last 8 years. Look at it. The man knows where the goal is. It's only a matter of time before he starts finding it in the Premier League. Frank, I love you, son. You're really good at football. Well, that, friends, are the transfers. It's done. Those are all the ins and outs. We have also given a few opportunities to some of our youth team players. It felt like now was the time. So, that being said, welcome to the first team, De Jasper Probencrux III. All 5'11" of him. You might be screaming, Rich, that's too small for a competitive centre-back. What are you doing? Well, all I'll say is this. Fabio Cannavaro won a Ballon d'Or and he was about 5'2". So, I don't know. De Jasper might be good. We're also given a few minutes this season to Devine Shower Handle. The kid's got a bit of potential. He's really good at crossing. I like the fact that he's really good at crossing. The physicals aren't too bad. The mentals are getting there. He's our third choice right wing back. He's okay. And finally, welcome to the big leagues, X-Wing at Aliciousness. The Welsh defensive midfielder is 20 years old. He's not started a Premier League game yet, but he already has 12 caps for Wales. This kid is going straight to the top if he gets any game time ahead of the two lads that are significantly better than him in his position. But hey, X-Wing at Aliciousness. The world is your oyster, if that's your kind of thing. So, we've had a look at the squad, we've had a look at the signings. Haven't I done well? I think I'm giving myself a big pat on the back for that one. Let's check out the Premier League first and foremost, shall we? 12 games in, inexplicably second. That's quite nice. The league is fine. The league is what it is. We're set up to basically finish in the top 6 every year now. So the league is the least of my priorities. I'm all about the Champions League at the minute, baby. Europe is the priority. The league is going very well. Frustratingly, of our 8 wins, one of them was a comprehensive 3-0 demolition of Manchester United, who we would have played in the Champions League final last season had Matty Young not developed Garibaldi hands. I think, had we made it to that final, we would have won the Champions League, and we'd be waiting for a job in Rome to pop up at this point. But we didn't, so we're not. But the league is going, surprisingly, quite well. However, the important one is the Champions League. Let's have a look at that with some editing magic. Oh, hey! Genuinely, I was just considering leaving the footage of me clicking between screens in there to make me look a little bit more incompetent than I actually am. But as you can see here, we've played 5 in the group stage. We've won 3 and we have drawn 2. One of those draws was against Real Madrid. We were 2-0 up at half-time. They had a man sent off, and then we just collapsed. That's not ideal, but I will argue we were missing some key players in that one. A 1-1 draw against Dortmund was a little bit frustrating, but look here. We have beaten Napoli 3-2. We've beaten Union 5-2. And then we got to play Feyenoord again. We did it a couple of seasons ago in the group stages and pummeled them. This time, we went to the Netherlands and we came away with a 2-1 victory. Franquilino scored after 30 seconds and refused to celebrate, which I thought was a classy move because he's a classy man. We've got a few games to go, but I'm confident at this point we are going to make automatic qualification again. And then we can see how we do. PSG, on the other hand, have won 5 from 5. And if we remember, they stole my beautiful boy, Gao Sheng. What could have been, man? What could have been? He has started every game of the Champions League. He has started every game in the group stage for them this season. I'm expecting him to start every game for them forever. He's the best I've ever seen, and I love him, and I miss him. Oh, well. We've also, inexplicably, made it through to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. I am playing the reserves in every possible fixture. I'm playing the youth. I'm playing the young'uns. We're just not losing, which is the really frustrating thing. We beat Manchester United 1-0 at Old Trafford in the 4th round. I played the kids. They played most of their first team. And then again, in the 3rd round, I played the kids. A 2-1 win against Jebaru Network save, Stoke City. It's Stoke. What are they going to do? Beat us? Maybe we're going to win another domestic trophy. Who's to say? I mean, half the players want to. That's their priority this season. Most of my first team are desperate to win the Carabao or the FA Cup. They don't really care about Europe, which is quite strange. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. Thanks for hanging out with me while I explain it all. I just feel that it saves me having to do it next time we stream. I'm just going to direct everybody to this video. They can go off and watch it, and next time I go live, we can get stuck in again. I've really enjoyed doing this, I really enjoyed the challenge of editing and putting something together and recording a YouTube video. I think I am, by default now, a Football Manager YouTuber as well. Gross. Ew. Overcrowded marketplace. Room for one more that isn't very good? Yes, there is. Fantastic. Happy to be here. Thanks for all hanging out and watching this. It's appreciated. There's going to be a special little playlist on the FMT YouTube channel for this because I can't be bothered to make my own. It seems a bit redundant, really, starting a YouTube channel just to do this. Whenever there's a period of time that I can't stream for and I continue to save offline, I'll probably throw one of these together because it's really good fun and it feels like a good way of keeping you connected with what I'm doing when I can't be live. Really appreciate you hanging out. Give it a like. Drop a little comment on it. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. As a channel, as a podcast, we are so close to that wonderful 500 subscriber on YouTube mark. If you want to press the buttons and do those things, please feel free. If you want to catch the streams live, if you want to catch any of the FM team streaming, all the links are in the description to this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. Love you lots. Oh, there's no one else to say bye. Bye.
Rich Owens is a hairy fraud. Rich Owens is a hairy fraud.